Last month, North Korea launched a new type of national ballistic missile, which represents a great advance in the nation's military power and a challenge for the United Nations and countries such as South Korea, Japan, and the United States, giving one step in his growing defiant attitude to the international community. Agree with the Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. In the morning of last Monday, North Korea threw 4 ballistic missiles which flew approximately 1,000 kilometers and fell down in the Sea of Japan.
Later, they rectified and there were various missiles, and that they represent a more serious threat than the usual short-range missiles that North Korea is often tasked with. The Asiatic nation, led by Kim Jong-un, has proved by honor to do any type of events of nuclear or missiles technology. In the last 30 months, Pyongyang did 2 nuclear events, and they launched more than 20 ballistic missiles, an extremely dangerous action.
The United States also expressed indignation for North Korean actions. The BBC correspondent in Seoul pointed out that the last release is likely to demonstrate North Korea's opposition to the joint South Korean and United States exercise that have just begun. Previously, South Korea's military sources had reported that its neighbor country had launched an undefined projectile at 7:30 am on Monday from a base in Tongchang-ri near the border with China.
3 out of 4 fell in the economic zone of Japan, an area that gives some rights to the country in terms about exploitation of natural resources. According to the Japanese president, this clearly shows that Pyongyang government has entered in a new stage of threat. In agreement with Hwang Kyo-an, South Korea's president, it was a seriously incitement and gave hurry to fast display of an anti-missile defense system.
In the video, we can see Ariana Grande with a pompous red dress and ballet dancers coming along with her, also with red dresses. John Legend is sat on a piano bench on a side of the enormous lounge. The voices of Grande and Legend are in perfect harmony, returning the song sung by Angela Lansbury in 1991 back to life.
Small to say the least, both a little scared, neither one prepared, Beauty and the Beast.
Our time-lapse camera at Kew Gardens in London watches the weather hour by hour. This month was warmer than average, but the forecast still stands for this year to be the warmest the world has ever seen. The impact of climate change is becoming clearer, and Cornwall is among the places where take place the more violent storms. Next week, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change released its latest assessment. The research into climate impact is being finalized by scientists and officials from all over the world. This draft of their works says that retreated glaciers will threaten water supplies for 1 billion people. Rising temperatures will put up to 13% of species at risk of extinction, and crop yields in Africa will fall, increasing the risk of hunger. Green stuff, but we will have to wait to see what the final version actually says. Now, how these climate warnings are going down here? Our mailbag shows many people question what the scientists are saying. So what's the latest guide to the public opinion? A poll for the BBC survey just over 1,000 people asked about the cause of the climate change. 60% blame human activity or pollution, while 17% blame another reason, presumably natural variations. And asked if they are prepared to change lifestyle, 61% said yes, 37% said no, reflecting those who say the threat is exaggerated. but at Kew Gardens our camera keeps watch. The scientists are forecasting serious change. The politicians are responding, but the key to future action may lay with the public's reaction.
Oh no, another time. The plates are dirty.
Tired that your detergent doesn't clean the dishes at all? Then don't cry anymore. We are proud to present Cherry Goldinum. A bottle of Cherry Goldinum lasts for more than 50 washings, looks after your dishwashing machine and leaves the dishes immaculated and shiny.
Oh, this is another thing. Thanks, Chairo Coldino.
Cherry Goldinum is the solution. The President of the government, Mariano Rajoy, has started an ugly gesture with a reporter of the BBC the last Friday in a press conference in Brussels, where was already the meeting of the head of state and government of the European Union. The President had responded to some questions of Spanish reporters when the BBC reporter took the microphone.
Nick Early, BBC, a Brexit question in English, if you don't mind.
Bueno, no, hombre, no vamos a hacer. Venga, adelante.
Passing the word shift to another Spanish reporter. The British reporter, Nick Early, requests the word shift again and this time start introducing himself, apologizing for talking in English, probably knowing that without a simultaneous translation, the President would have had serious problems to deal with his questions. After the press conference, Early explained in that he was trying to ask if Spain would allow the entrance in the European Union of an independent Scotland, as its government proposed to do another referendum about still pertaining to the United Kingdom after the Brexit. Early also wrote in Jotton that after all his Spanish isn't very good neither, answering to a comment of Pablo Echenique of Podemos, who indicated that the BBC should stay telepathic with the attitude of the head of Spanish executive. Definitely, Mariano Rajoy doesn't get along with languages, and also is showed by his comment in London with David Cameron of
News travels fast. Very difficult. Yes.
Hello, we are going to start talking about the front that this sun's night has affected mainly Girona, Pyrenees and the west of Catalonia.
The Weekend Weather with Alex Walter.
The snow level has come up to 900 meters altitude and strong gusts of wind throughout the country, surpassing more than 100 kilometers per hour. We also talk about a new front that will affect us the next week, but with a few changes, which continue to have mild temperatures and warm even in some parts of the coast during the afternoon and the evening. Today, in the morning, we will have variable periods of cloudy and some precipitations, but expect to obtain clearings throughout the whole territory, and in the precipitation is expected in this afternoon, that this will be dismissing. It will be intervals of clouds in Valencian territory without precipitation, and also in the Balearic Islands we will have sun. Also, it will raise the temperature. We hope it turns on well and good luck.
You are ugly. You are fat. You are disgusting. You are not worthy of love.
Teenagers can be influenced by a lot of labels and stereotypes. Sometimes a lot of them decide to live this life due to this. Stop stereotyping people and love them more.
Bigger, pushing each other to the limits. We were learning quicker. By 11, smoking herb and drinking burning liquor.
Soul Surfer, the film that revolutionized and shook the entire world with the most positive message. This film is about a teenager grown in Hawaii and especially in the ocean. Surf is her lifestyle and she cannot imagine living without doing it. Her best friend, called Alana, is also a surf lover and they both go every day to the ocean to catch the best waves. This fantastic and emotional story is based on a real case of a girl called Bethany Hamilton who one day while she was surfing with her best friend and Alana's dad and brother, she suffered from a shark bite, causing the loss of more than the 60% of blood and her left arm. As you can imagine, this fact turned her life upside down, but she never gave up, so she learned how to live with only one hand. And the day finally came. When she got no stitches, she came back to the ocean, because her life was there. She started practicing for the regionals, but she abandoned it because she felt so disappointed when she couldn't pass under the waves.
So what do we do now?
She gave 3 of her surfboards to 3 little girls who wanted an autograph of her. When she goes to Thailand to help citizens after the tsunami, she discovers that surf is not the only important thing in life. So when she gets back home, she decides to keep on doing surf, but not as competitive as before. In the nationals, she doesn't win because the last wave didn't count, but she is still proud of her improves.
I don't need easy.
This film encourages us to never give up at the first time. If you have a dream, you should pursue it until it comes true.
When you come back from a loss, when you beat the odds and never say never, you find a champion.
Open up the champagne, pop. It's my house, come on, turn it up. Hear a knock on the door and the night begins. Cause we've done this before, so you come on in. Make yourself at my home, tell me where you've been. Pour yourself something cold, baby, cheers to this. Sometimes you gotta stay